And I do think that there's been this thing in America where we've said that we should judge people based on their skin color, based on their immutable characteristics, based on things that they can't control. I frankly think that, unfortunately, a lot of people on the left have leaned into this by trying to categorize people by skin color and then give special benefits or special amounts of discrimination. The Harris administration, for example, handed out farm benefits to people based on skin color. I think that's disgraceful. I don't think we should say you get farm benefits if you're a black farmer, you don't get farm benefits if you're a white farmer. All farmers, we want to thrive, and that's certainly the President Trump and J.D. Vance view of the situation. But I do think, unfortunately, when our leaders divide us by race, you're going to have hate on the left side of the political spectrum, you're going to have hate on the right side of the political spectrum. We should just judge people based on individual characteristics and based on merit, and that's certainly what President Trump and I want to do.
But that wasn't born in the last 4 years. I mean,
not at all. But I think that President Biden and Harris have certainly accelerated it. I don't think you've seen anything like what we've seen from Kamala Harris when it comes to.
So J.D. Vance doesn't understand why the Biden and Harris administration would pay black farmers, you know what I'm saying, a tremendous amount of money, which still doesn't even equate to the farmland that they lost. But I digress. Even though Biden's parents didn't have anything to do with it other than, you know what I'm saying, putting certain laws into effect. But the USDA itself admitted to the atrocities and now have decided to pay back black farmers, you know what I'm saying, when they've been fighting for this shit for who knows, man, I ain't gonna say who knows because it's right here in the art. In this case alone, they've been fighting since 1999, man, with Lucius Abrams being one of the latter added additions to the case. You know what I'm saying? And I find it funny is that these are all people who were approved for loans they never got. They never got the fucking loans. They were approved and just didn't receive the money. Why the fuck is that, man? Makes no sense to me, man. Like I guess I don't know. Maybe they tripping. Maybe they didn't know that they wasn't really approved or something. I don't know, but I digress. It's truly sad because we'll never know how much land we lost because for some reason, you know, certain sources report certain amounts of land. Just in this these two top articles alone, the number is vastly different. Vastly different, man. And a lot of that has to do with white supremacy. Because at the time, you know what I'm saying, records of black farms were lost and destroyed when black farms were being seized. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, when we do find injustice in our system today, because a lot of these cases will never find justice, when we finally do find justice in the fact that the USDA itself admitted to what it has done to black farmers, we'll still have somebody like J.D. Vance saying, well, we need to make sure all farmers are good, right? Look at how much land loss has been lost, bro, by these black farmers, man. They're only paying them $2 billion. They don't even scratch the fucking surface, man. You know how much generational wealth, you know what I'm saying? Lucius Abrams was a third generational farmer. You know how many more third generational farmers there could have been? Or who knows, 10th generational farmers for all we know. 4th generational farmers for all we know. Who knows? I mean, I know, like I said, I went kind of extreme with the 10th, but I'm just saying, bro, like, when you take wealth from a certain amount of people, put them in these conditions where it's hard for them to sustain a living, and then when they finally say, hey, I noticed that you fucked my people for all these years and I want my piece of the pie, you can't say, oh, well, we need to be taking care of all farms. We need to be taking care of all people. No, you need to take care of the people that you have discriminated against, abused, and mishandled so much of our opportunity in this society. Like, it's not that you didn't give us something. You actively kept us from participating in certain situations, while on the other hand, letting other people participate to the fullest. Come on, man. We gotta be real, bro. We just gotta be real, man. And this has been happening for generations, man. So at some point, man, we have to try to understand, man, and understand that some people just not gonna give a damn. Like JD Vance, man. He's gonna continue to discredit anything that's done for black people as just DEI shit, affirmative action shit, some black reverse racism shit, and not realize that this is actually repairing of a community that's been done wrong by this country over and over again. And so many other demographics can get their repair. It's time for us to get ours, man. That's all it is. It's time for us to get ours. Starting with black farmers, and hopefully them black farmers get more. They get fucking more. Because $2 billion isn't enough for $326 billion of land loss. That's just land loss. That's not to mention what kind of profit could have possibly had, man, come off of whatever crops that they were, you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying, bro. You don't understand, bro. And they understand, bro. I ain't gonna say that they don't understand. They do understand the amount of capital they took away from black people. It's just crazy, man, because we couldn't be just free labor for them to help them build their own capital. Because we didn't want to continue to be free labor and fucking second class citizens that they had to make go around the back to go get shit from them. You know what I'm saying? Cause they ain't never mind your money. They always tell you, oh no, they were keeping niggas out. No, they wasn't always keeping niggas out of shit. They were just making them go around the back. Cause they don't mind your money, man. They just don't want your black ass in their establishment, man. And I ain't saying that's all for today, man. It's either, man. But it's a lot of these motherfuckers out here still here, bro. Racism is something that's just gonna die away, man, because people are continually teaching, you know what I'm saying, continually spreading bullshit. And then they'll blame me for calling out the problem and pointing out that there's a problem. I'm the racist because I say that white people have some racist in their community. You know what I'm saying? I can also admit that there's racists in my community as well. But why don't we stop calling out all the black people that say cracker, say honky, that don't like Donald Trump and shit like that, and say that we're being hustled and shit. And let's start pointing out the fact that Trump does the same thing with white people, man. He don't just say, oh, white people, but he's been kind of saying it now. Remember with the white president shit that he said not too long ago? Probably a couple of days ago, if I'm not mistaken. But, man, y'all better wake up, bro. Because I'm telling you, man, if J.D. Vance and Trump get their ass in office, man, I'm sure there's plenty of more black farmers are going to lose fucking land, and they're not going to be compensated for it.